Hey guys, I decided to try doing a video blog this week because honestly I'm getting too lazy to do anything. If I don't get this done, I'm just gonna keep pushing it off and pushing it off. So, I just wanted to start with my trip to Arraial do Cabo, which was amazing. Seriously, it is one of the prettiest places I've ever been to in my life. The beaches were so blue and so clear. It was paradise, I swear. And I spent a week there with my host family and also Kari, the exchange student from Norway. And we had a really great time. Yeah, I did a lot with my family, and we all stayed in this really big house, and it had like 6 rooms or so in 3 levels. Since I was a guy and I'm an exchange student, I slept on the floor in the living room, which was good for me though because I was just happy to be there. But it kind of sucked at the same time because my host dad came down every morning saying, "It's time to get up, it's time to get up," at 6 a.m. So that was fun. And the rest of the host didn't get up until 10. But whatever, it was really nice. And the first day we walked to the beach right across the street from our little host thing, and it was so pretty. The only thing was the water was so cold. I couldn't even like put my fingers on it. It was so cold. And there was surrounded with jellyfish, so people weren't even swimming. But me and Kari left and we decided to go try swimming because we came to the beach and you don't just go to the beach and not swim. And so we were sitting there in the water like dodging the jellyfish, and it was really cool. And at one point I decided to dive into the water and it was freezing cold, and it was so cold it almost hurt to go in, which was really strange because it's Brazil, like everything's hot. But I really liked it, and I thought that beach was one of the best ones we went to. And everything was such a deep blue color, like I can't even explain it. I'm gonna put pictures down in the bottom to try to help. But yeah, so we spent a lot of time visiting the beaches there, and the one across the street was Praia Grande, and that was really pretty but really cold. And we also went to another beach that day called Prainha, which is like Little Beach. And it was really, really pretty. The water was a really deep blue, and it was also warmer, and so everyone was swimming, which kind of sucked at the same time because there were so many people there. But my host family really liked that beach, so I always went there with them. The next days, a few days, we went to this beach. I don't remember the name, but it was like a 30-minute drive from our little house thing. And you had to pay like $10 to get in, and then you had to walk down this giant staircase that had like 4 billion steps. And by the time we got to the beach, it was so pretty. The water was so blue, and it was cold enough to be refreshing but not freezing like the other beach. And I really wanted to snorkel, but snorkeling gear there was like 100 reais, which is just a little bit less than $50. So there was no way I was going to spend that with what little money I have. And we just kind of swam and, I don't know, played in the water. It was fun. The water was so good there. I loved that beach. Just that it was really hard to get to, and going back up sucked because there were so many stairs, but what are you going to do? It was really fun. Another day we went to Buzios, which is this really pretty tourist city, right, like 40 minutes or so from Arraial do Cabo. And we went there just for the afternoon to go to see the little shops and stuff, and it was really pretty, and I'm really glad that we went because we saw a ton of foreigners, and I spent like the whole afternoon like looking for Americans, and like I was like listening for English for the whole time. And unfortunately I didn't find anyone, but there was a lot of Argentinians and Chileans and French people. There was a lot of French people. But it was really cool seeing all the foreigners. It's like a mini exchange city, and it was really fun. But everything was so expensive there. I got a little cup of coffee, and it was like 10 reais, and I was like, holy crap, like that's $5 about, more or less. And it was just this little tiny coffee. But it was good, so can't complain. Unfortunately, I didn't buy anything there because everything was so expensive, but I had a lot of fun walking around the town and just visiting all these little shops and stuff. That was really cool. And then the next day, we went on a little boat ride tour to these little spots in Arraial do Cabo. And luckily, every day we went there, it was sunny, and there was no rain the whole time there, so it was a really perfect vacation. And to this boat ride that we took, we went to I think 2 different beaches and a bunch of different spots. The 2 beaches that we went to was the one that it was really hard to get to, and also this other one right across like the ocean kind of thing from it. And apparently it's the second prettiest beach in Brazil. It's just that it's really hard to get to, and once you get to it, you can't bring anything. You can't bring food, drinks, because it's like really clean. Like the government makes sure that it's really clean all the time because it's such a special beach. But luckily it was really easy to get to because we were on a boat, so we didn't have to walk up those 5 million steps, and so that was nice. And we also visited this really cool rock formation where it was like a bunch of rocks and then just a space down the middle. And right in the middle, they decided to put a statue of the Virgin Mary, I think, or something. And it was really, really pretty because it's just these rocks, the deep blue sea, and then this statue, and it was just really cool. And we also got to see Gruta Azul, which is this landmark kind of thing where apparently if you go at a certain time of day, the blue from the ocean reflects up into this cavern and the whole thing lights up really blue, which I bet would be super pretty. But just seeing it itself was really pretty too. And I really enjoyed the boat ride, and you know, I still didn't get really tan. I'm like the whitest person in Brazil. But what are you gonna do? I'm kind of white. And unfortunately Kari got really tan, so that just made me look even whiter. But everything was fun, and I really enjoyed the trip, and I was really thankful for my parents for bringing me there. Another big thing that happened, I started school again, which has been fun. I don't necessarily enjoy getting up at 6 in the morning, but I really like everyone at school, and it's really nice to see everyone again, because the summer was a lot of time away. I spent first the Northeast trip, and then Christmas and stuff with my family, and then this trip to Arraial do Cabo, and so it was nice to see everyone again. And we just kind of like started out like nothing happened. Like it was nice. One of the first few weekends I went horseback riding with my host dad, which was really fun, but it hurt a lot at the end. Like we went for 4 hours, and it was my first time ever riding a horse, and so I'm sitting there like, you know, riding the horse for 4 hours. He's like, "You good?" I'm like, "I'm good." Like, yeah. And at the end of it, I could barely walk, and that was really fun. And it stayed like that for like 4 days or so. I don't know, more or less. But like, it was really, really fun. And I'm glad that I did that too. And thankfully my camera arrived, so I got to take decent pictures. Unfortunately, I didn't have my camera in Arraial do Cabo, which would have been really, really cool. But my phone still took pretty good pictures, and I'm happy with them, so that's good. Let's see. Everything's going great here. Oh, I got a package from Aunt Linda. Thank you, Aunt Linda. It was really nice. And everyone at my school loved all the treats. Like, I came with this big bag full of candy, and everyone's just like, "Hey, Levi, you know, do you have candy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Whoa, you should give me some." And it was really nice, and everyone seemed to like it. But the candy here is really different. Like, I never noticed how sweet everything was in the United States. Here in Brazil, like, they have sweet stuff, but it's just not even that sweet. And then when they eat candy from the United States, they're like, oh my god, it's like sour and it's like sweet at the same time. It's really strange. And I love it. Like, I showed all my friends the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which I'm like obsessed with. And everyone was like obsessed with them too, so that's really nice to get them all obsessed with it, and then they can't get it in Brazil, so that's fun. Yeah, so that's about it with me, and I just decided to do this video blog because I have been very busy lately and don't even think I have time to write all this. And so I will post all the pictures that I described down below the video, I guess. And I hope that everyone in Wisconsin is surviving the cold, because I've heard horror stories there and it's freezing, and meanwhile I'm sitting here with like 80-degree weather and trying not to sweat just sitting down. But yeah, so I hope everyone's doing well. Bye.